All right, to press our straps, the instructions tell us that we need to press the length right sides together. So I'm going to fold this in half lengthwise and press it right sides together all the way down. Try to line up all the edges. If you didn't cut quite straight, you'll be okay. If it's totally crazy, we might need to redo them. But all 3 straps get pressed right sides touching the long way. It also says to pin the straps before you sew. So I'm going to take some pins, and I don't need very many. In fact, I'm probably only going to do 3 or 4 down this long open side. I'm also going to put a pin along the short side because we'll need to sew one of the short sides. So I'm going to do the same thing to all 3 straps. I'm going to pin down the long open side, and for this one, because it is a short seam, we can kind of space them out a little bit farther. Okay, make sure they're nice and flat. The pin heads are sticking out. You go down and then back up so it's flat against your fabric. Now we're ready to sew all 3 straps. All right, we're going to sit down at our sewing machine and we're going to take each of our 3 straps separately. We're going to sew down the long open side and one short side at 1/2 inch. And the 1/2 inch line is the line in between 3/8 and 5/8, right here. So I'm going to place this on the 1/2 inch line. And we're going to sew a straight line all the way down. Remember to back stitch. And when you get to a pin, stop sewing, take it out, and then go forward all the way down. Lift it up and take it out. Now we're going to go down one short side at 1/2 inch. Back stitch at the end. I'm going to lift it up. We're going to take it out. We're going to trim all of our threads. Now, just like we did on our pillowcase, we need to clip these corners so that when we turn it inside out, it will go to a sharp corner. So after I trim my threads, I'm going to cut diagonally across, but not through the straight stitch. This one I'm going to cut diagonally to the stitch, but not through the stitch. This way, when it turns inside out, I won't have a lot of bulk in my corners and they'll push out to a square point. Come back down to the beginning where we started and remember to trim those threads. Now, to turn this inside out, we're going to come up to cupboard 8 and we're going to get one of these long dowels. We're going to push the dowel through the sewn end. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to kind of twist it and make a little air bubble right there. Then I'm going to take the dowel and I'm going to push it right down through the middle. And I'm just going to push and push all the way through until it comes out the other side, and then I'm going to pull it out. Ta-da! Now my strap is right sides out. Okay, we want to make sure that we get these square corners all the way out. There's a special tool we can use called a point turner in cupboard 7. So cupboard 7, we're going to open the supplies and there's a point turner. It has kind of a sharp rounded corner. We're going to drop that into our strap. We're just going to drop it all the way down, and we're going to use that to work out the corners of our straps. Now, see how it's a sharp square edge? Then all I got to do is just drop it back out the bottom, put it back in the bin. Now I need to press this completely flat so that the seam or the stitch ditch is on the edge. So I'm going to come back over to the iron. Starting at the bottom, I'm going to roll the seam between my fingers until it flattens to the edge. Then I'm going to take the iron and I'm going to work my way along, kind of rolling the seam so that the sewn edge is right on the edge. And it'll go nice and flat. So with my left hand, I'm just kind of rolling the seam out so that it does not get pressed in. Get to the end, then I'll be done. When you're finished with all 3 of your straps, they should be nice and square at the end and totally flat.